Good morning, dear students. Let's start today's computer class with a new chapter, chapter number 6, cyber safety. So, before talking about cyber safety, let's talk about internet. Okay, as you all knows that internet is very important part of our lives. Nowadays, we depends on internet for so many things. Internet has made the things easier for us, but at the same time, there are some issues, some security issues and risk are also there. And now suppose if you are doing online transaction, so there are different kinds of risk which may affect your data, your security, your privacy, and in so many ways they can affect you very badly. So having lots of advantages, there are so many risks. Okay, so what we can do, we should be aware of all these risks, and we should secure our systems, we should secure ourselves, we should do secure internet browsing. While browsing internet, you should choose the secure path. Okay, so now let's come to our main topic, cyber safety. Okay, cyber safety it refers to the safe and responsible use of internet so as to ensure safety and security of personal information and do not posing threat to anyone else's information. What they want to say is कि when you are accessing internet, okay, when you are opening any site or you are browsing anything, doing online transaction, or suppose if you are visiting any site, you are searching anything. So basically what happens, there are sites, they store your information. Okay, they without your information they work behind and they just save your information somewhere over internet. Because you, if you have observed that in Google also, whenever you search anything, so you can see that the result will come accordingly means the things which you search again and again. So in YouTube also, whenever you search any particular thing again and again, so it shows you the same types of contents, है ना. It happens because somewhere they are saving your information, what are you searching over the internet, so somewhere they are saving that information, है ना. So we can also understand that if they can store this kind of things, so they can also save our personal information. Suppose if you are filling any form, so they can theft your information may be hacked and they can use it against you. Okay, so for securing ourselves while accessing internet, okay, first of all what you need to do, you should protect your identity while using internet. Okay, the very important part is identity protection while using internet. So there are some ways, there are some things which you can keep in your mind. First is, you should understand that in how many ways you can be identified. Okay, like you can be identified by the IP address. IP address means, actually the IP address, it's a special kind of address of your device, when you connect to internet. So it give a rough geographical location of your device, that where you are. Okay, so whenever you visit any website, so those websites track you through that IP address. They can track from where you are working, from where you belongs to, है ना. They do not tell the accurate location, the particular, but roughly they tell the rough geographical location, that where you are working, है ना. And for browsing, the concept of private browsing or anonymous browsing is very safe and secure. You can do private browsing. What it is, I will explain later, as you can see here. Okay, so I will come to that point also. So through IP address, your information can be tracked, you can be tracked. Second is cookies and tracking scripts. So what are cookies? You need to understand first. Cookies, these are the small text files on your computer, and they store a small piece of information related to your online habits, means what you are searching, which websites you are um, browsing again and again, which websites you are visiting, what pages you are visiting, which information you are searching. So all these kind of information stored in the form of cookies. Okay, so there are two types of cookies: first party cookies and second party cookies. If you all have observed that whenever you log into your account, suppose you have account in Gmail or in Rediff Mail or anywhere else you have any user account, so whenever you log in, so they ask you to save the password. So suppose if you click on the yes button, so your ID and password is saved in the form of a cookie. Okay, in the form of cookie, they saved your information. And it is not at all good. You should never accept, you should never click on OK to remember your ID and password over internet. So avoid doing this every time. So okay, I was telling about the first party cookies. The first party cookies that store your own login ID, as I was saying, and password and the information that you filled. Okay, and third party cookies are those cookies that websites store to know about your search history, web browsing, है ना, your browsing history. So these kinds of informations are stored by websites. There are some websites which store the information that what you are searching over internet, or then they start showing you same types of things. Okay, next is HTTP referrer. I hope you all knows the full form of HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol. So whenever you click over any link, you might have if you have observed that certain type of flash advertisements appears at the same randomly they appear, and when you click on that particular ad or flash, so a new page is opened, a new site is opened. So means they refer their address to you, so that you can, just by clicking on it, you may get connected to that particular website. Now, so these are called HTTP referrer, which provide the HTTP reference for visiting their sites, and they may contain some kinds of softwares which may hack your data, which may hack your information and anything. Okay, now see cookies. Next point is super cookies. So like cookies, I had explained here also. Like see cookies, there are slight difference between cookies and super cookies. Basically cookies you all can delete. Suppose you can clear your browsing history. So if you will clear your browsing history, then cookies will be deleted. All the temporary files which are created with all the files will be deleted. But the super cookies are also means these are persistent cookies. They come back even after you delete them. Means once if you delete them, so they come back after. It happens because your data is saved to multiple locations. Suppose you have searched any information, okay, so it is stored on different places. So when you delete it, it is deleted from one place only, and on other places it remains saved. Okay, in this kind of cookies, as I told you in HTTP referrers, like flash cookies, and your browsing history and the data you searched over internet. So there are some websites who store your data to multiple locations. They use super cookies for that. So you should be aware of, do not click on any link while accessing data. Do not open any site which is not secure, and just do private browsing. Okay, after explaining about user agent, I'm coming to private browsing. See, your browser can also send a user agent every time to connect to a website. This tells the website your browser and operating system providing another piece of data that can be stored and used to target ads. What is meant by means there are some websites who uses user agent. Now they send a user agent every time to you to connect to a website. Means this is user agent, it may be any random ad, it may be any side link, it may be any flash message. It works as a user agent. It comes to you randomly, and just by clicking on that you get connected with that particular site. Okay, the best option over internet protecting your identity is doing private browsing, which is also called anonymous browsing, where you are secured, where your identity is hidden, your address is hidden. So for doing private browsing, there are some options which you can use. Actually, private browsing is nothing separate things, but there are some ways that you can follow for doing private browsing. First of them is incognito browsing. Incognito browsing means you can open the web pages in incognito mode. It's a mode in which you can open your web pages, and then you can hide your identity over internet. So there are some browsers which provide the incognito browsing or the private browsing. Like in Google Chrome, you can open a new tab in incognito mode. In Internet Explorer also you can open the new tab in incognito mode. So if you choose that incognito mode, so a different kind of environment you can see. Each and everything will be same, like searching and accessing data, visiting websites. Each and everything will be same, only the environment will be different, little bit different it will be, and your identity will be hidden. Second is proxy servers. So proxy, actually these are server which works as a middleman between the user and the websites you want to access those. So it come between you and that site. So the websites, if they will track you, so they will get the IP address of that particular proxy server, not yours. Okay, so it works as a intermediate between you and the site. Okay, actually the proxy servers are set, and you do not get connected to the sites directly, you get connected through proxy servers. Each and everything is passes through that server. So server make you secure, and it deals directly with the sites. Next or last is virtual private network, in short, which is called the VPN. Actually it's a method to add security and privacy to private and public network. Means like nowadays you are using Wi-Fi hotspots to access internet. So suppose when you are accessing Wi-Fi hotspot, though your identity is hidden, and the device from which you are accessing internet, the device whose hotspot you are sharing, so the sites get the device's IP address, not yours, because you are getting connected with that device, not with the site directly. So it's a kind of a virtual private network. There nowadays devices are available using which you can access Wi-Fi at home. So suppose if 10 mobile phones are connected with that Wi-Fi device, so the identity of all those 10 mobile phones are hidden, and the address of that particular device is shared over internet, not the addresses of all the devices. So these three are the methods which you can use for doing private browsing or anonymous browsing. One is incognito browsing, second is proxy, and third is the virtual private networks. Another way another way to secure yourself over internet is to use proper password. Okay, so these 3 points you should keep in your mind. Keep your personal information safe, protect your email, files and other contents, prevent someone from breaking into your account. So if you will take care of all these points, so you should set a strong password for you. Okay, you should always secure your site with the secure your id with the password. Okay, and choosing a good password is as important as setting a password, because ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि you have just used any password, anyone can guess it easily. So there are some points that you should keep in your mind while choosing the password. Like whenever you are creating the password, so you should not use any dictionary words and proper nouns or foreign words. You should not use any particular word from the dictionary, and you should not use any personal information like number of times. Even I have also, means we all think that okay, let's set the password which may contain your date of birth or any particular year or any date or anything. But you should avoid doing this, because the people can access access your personal information, so they can easily hack your password. So you should not use these kinds of things in your password, your personal information. Okay, you should use longer password. Okay, in some sites you will found that they accept only 16 digit or 8 digit. Below 8 digit password is not at all secure. You should use longer password, and use phrases to remember complex password. You can create some, you can write some notes or some tricks in your diaries or anywhere to remember the password. If you created any complex password, so you can do this kind of things also. And do not repeat password on different websites. Suppose if you have account in Gmail and Yahoo both, so you should not repeat the password. Okay, and you should change your password frequently. Sometimes what happened that while creating the id, we give the alternate id or alternate email or any question also. So through that question also, the uh, means the programs which are trying to hack our data, they can easily access your information and they can decode your password also. You know, so for choosing the good password, you should keep all these points in your mind, and except this, you should use a combination of mixed uppercase lowercase letters, and you should always use some numbers with and some special symbols also. And for creating a longer password, you should use all these things in your password. There should be a lowercase letter, there should be a uppercase letter, there should be one number also, and some special symbols जो रहते हैं कीबोर्ड पर, you should और some special symbols also. So secure password, secure id, secure you, secure your identity. Okay, so about remaining topics we will discuss in the next class. That's all for today. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.